December has started. And I'm behind already because I was trying to make sure I did something every day. But let me tell y'all what happened on December 2nd. Honey, I came home and the thing was didn't have anything already ready, which was my problem, not yours. That's a me problem, not the you problem. And so that was the plan. And so I said, well, I'll film after I get home a little bit. Honey, let me tell y'all, I got home. I sat with the grands for a little bit. And then, around 7 o'clock, they go up to get ready for the evening. So I come down here and I'm going to sit down for a minute. Just a minute. A minute turned into, it was 11:30. And then I tried to go back to sleep for a minute. But then I did get up and I was productive. I did a few things and I should have filmed still, but I did not. Maybe by the time I went back to sleep, it was almost 2:30 in the morning. So, yeah. So, anyway, I know that was a me problem, not a you problem, though. So, anyway, we're in December. Hey, hey, hey. Let's talk about December for a minute and then we're going to get into this video. So a little December stuff we're going to talk about. This is going to be unedited because I'm not stopping this video. I'm not doing nothing like that because I'm going to post this up on December 3rd. So just know you might see a little more unedited from me because, hey, it happens. We got to do what we got to do. So anyway, let me make sure this thing is still on. Okay, it's on because I see the lights. Okay. As long as y'all see the lights, I can still talk. Okay. So anyway, gonna be working on some things. One of the things we are going to do is people keep asking me about it. Y'all so persistent and so like just nosy about my full collection. I have not done a full collection in years. I think the last time I honestly did my full collection was it might have been 2020 where I just took out everything and went through everything. It might have been there because I was right around the 200 bottle mark. And so it was a little challenging, but it wasn't like it's going to be here. So I'm going to be doing this in sections. So we're going to see sections of it because I cannot sit down, honey. If I tried to do this, well, what it would just be a brief overview. So I'm going to try to make sure I go through and look at every bottle. We talking a lot of bottles, y'all. And I don't even know how many I have, honestly, because I keep a database. I have a Google sheet of them. But I need to take out all the things that I've decluttered. And I have a plethora of fragrances from this year that I need to put in. I mean, it's shameful how behind I am on adding to my personal database. It's shameful. Speaking of the database, you can purchase the database, not my personal one, but I do have a copy of it if you would like. I'm going to have to put a link or something. I don't know how I'm going to do it. But if you would like to purchase it to like keep track of your things, it's very much for somebody like me though, because it has things like the accords. It has a sheet for the accords. It has one for notes. So if you that geeky, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I would not get this or try to do this right now if you have a large collection because you'll be trying to fill that thing in forever because it does take a lot of work. So it's like, if you have a smaller collection right now and you would like to keep up with it, and then you're thinking, and hey, if you buy more, that way you can keep up with things. If you're a nerd like me, now for me, it's personally about the fact that I do these fragrance videos. I do content. So it makes things a lot easier for me to keep up with. Okay, so this unedited has just gone awry. We ain't talked about nothing about these fragrances. Now let's talk about cozy sweater weather fragrances. Even though I'm not wearing a sweater, I'm wearing a t-shirt, and I was going to change it to a sweater, but I decided, why do all that? Why do all that? And so anyway, let's talk cozy. It is cold outside. Now, baby, in Chicago, we went from this mild little fall weather, running around with stuff like in the 60s, some days in the 70s, the evenings around the 50s, 40s, and 50s, to straight winter. Straight winter this week. Now, by the weekend, it might warm up just a little bit for a couple of days. But right now, when I went to work on Monday, when I went back to work, it was like 16 degrees, 18. It was some madness out there. And it was in the 20s today. And it might have been 30. I think we had a high of 30. Woo. So we have hit cold weather hard. And let me tell you, let me just have this conversation. Honestly, doing this helps me get through the winter. I am really one of those seasonal affective disorder people. Let me tell y'all something. I had this before it became a thing, and I knew I had it. I didn't know what it was, but it was like when the seasons change, and it's all about the daylight. So it would be like as soon as that change in time and it would get dark around, you look outside, it's 4 something, 5 o'clock, and it's pitch black outside. Honey, it would take me out. Take me out. I would literally be like, I wouldn't be seen. I hibernate. And I still do hibernate, but I just don't hibernate as hard as I used to. So it would be like you would not hear from me, see me. The only people saw me was my kids and everything. It would really honestly depress me. And then it would be like I'd be in a funk all winter. And then when it gets about March and it started being daylight, and the trigger was I'd have to see daylight at 5 p.m. Like really good daylight at 5 p.m. And it'd be like, oh, probably because I'm a spring baby because my birthday's in April. And I would then wake up like, and then I'd be happy again. And if for years when this was happening, I would have a party. Now my birthday's April 6th, right? Y'all can put that on your calendar. April 6th. I accept all presents. Cash is a good present. I'm going to say something about that in a second. And I would have a party. I would have like a dinner party. I would have stuff like cocktail parties. I had a Bond party, a James Bond themed party. I would do something. But the funny thing was, it would always be at the end of March, right before my birthday. So by the time my birthday came, I didn't feel like I wasn't having a birthday party because I'd already partied myself out for a minute. Because I swear to you, it would be like the weekend before my birthday, and I didn't care that my birthday was coming up. I wanted to have a party, and I wanted to have it then, absolutely then. So once I figured that out, that it was really seasonal and it was about that, I started learning how to manage it better and start like not being so sad and like just in a funk. And did I do the light? And it was so funny because when they first really started talking about it, I was like, that's what I have. I got a disorder. I felt like vindicated because everybody around me used to be like, you are just tripping. And I was like, I'm telling you, this is real. So with all that being said, I have always been that person, but luckily now I'm a little bit better because I understand it. So it doesn't bother me as much. So I might go out when it's cold out. But if it's real cold, I ain't going nowhere. But I do like the coziness. Before I didn't care, now I can get into cozy things and say, yes, this is cozy. This makes me feel relaxed and cozy. Now, of course, if I was dating, this would be cozy and chilling with somebody, but it ain't. Because we know what's been going on with people trying to date me. I'll be like, go away, little boy, go away. But I will say I do these are things I gravitate toward. And I'm giving y'all 20. It's gonna be a long video because I'm talking my ass off. I'm giving you 20, but they're not all consistently the same type. I have some that are more inexpensive. I ain't gonna lie, it's a lot of niche sitting in front of me right now. I'm gonna go back through here and see can I find some more affordable ones because it's like running trying to figure out some shit. Okay, so let's talk cozy fragrances. I got you all. These are my cozy vibes, and they're all over the place. So we're gonna talk about the cozy. Give me a second. We coming right back. All right. So one of the things, of course, we love during this year is a little spiciness, right? We spicy because, and we're talking the warm spices. We're talking, ginger. We're talking cinnamon and cloves and things like that. Those are kind of the things that I think of when it comes down to the spicy notes, a little those type of things. So the first one I'm gonna talk about is this one, and this one is giving us two things: spicy and a little tea. And this is Oud Save the Queen by Atkinson's. Now, first off, you can get this at a very good price. Atkinson's is an old school English perfumer if you're not aware of that. So we have Oud Save the Queen. Now, this has top notes of Earl Grey tea. So it's not like a green tea. It's not that light oolong cha vibe. This is a deep, dark black tea. And then it has cloves in it to begin with. So you get this warm, spicy tea vibe. But as it dries down, then you get this orange blossom. So you get these white florals. It's really orangey blossom. So it becomes like a spicy orange blossom tea. And as it dries down, you do have the oud in it, but the oud is so well blended. It's just giving that woodiness because it has guaiac wood too to really amp up that vibe. But it's not a skanky oud; it's a smooth oud, and then it has tonka beans to give you a vanilla vibe. So this is just a cozy winner right here. Now, since we're sitting here talking about kind of spicy ones, giving me that spice, we're going to go with Dates Delight by House of Oud, the beautiful egg. Ooh, let's look at the egg first. Now, as we go through these, I want you all to share. I want you to be in the comments talking about your favorite cozy scents. And they don't have to be a certain genre like everybody acts like they be. What gives you cozy vibes? Okay. So this is Date's Delight. Of course, it has a date scent to it. And if you've ever had dates, you know what it is that smells like. I've had dates before. I've had, so if you have dates have this kind of rich sweetness to them. It's a very distinctive smell. Just go smell some dates. I promise you that it's easy peasy. But what happens is with this is that it also has some cinnamon in it, so it's nice and cinnamony, but it's very rich and sweet. It has caramel in it. It has sugar in it. It has honey. So this is a very kind of sweet sticky vibe with some vanilla, some benzoin. So it just definitely gives you a sweet, sticky, cozy vibe with a little spiciness to it. It's a really gorgeous fragrance for this time of year. I would not suggest wearing this outside of cold weather, because it is a very rich and sweet, sticky vibe. And those smell so good at this time of year, they really do. So that is Dates Delight from the House of Oud. Okay. I don't know when I just died. I don't know if I just died now. Okay. So I don't know when I just died, y'all. So I'm gonna look at it, and if there's a point where I'm not talking and you just see fragrances, that's why. Because I have two of these, and I think one was almost dead. This is probably one that's not. So we're gonna see. Can we keep going? Luckily, I noticed there's the flashing that told me, oh, it's not on. I'm starting to know these things. Hopefully, it wasn't too bad. So anyway, as I was saying, I was going back to this. Was I just on the film? Just look at this stuff. Did I just have my ass on here? So does that mean I gotta edit? Huh. Because I don't think I stopped this. Maybe I did. Hopefully I did. We'll know in a minute. If you see my ass show up before I say all this, we'll know that I forgot to stop the video. Anyway, we're talking tea based. And so I rolled it back and remembered to grab this, which is La Petite Robe Noire. This is Absolute. This is a newer flanker that they came out this year with in 2024, if I'm not mistaken. And this is it's a cherry like black tea. And it is so sweet and beautiful and just got this kind of gorgeousness about it. Now, here's the thing with this one is that it's so funny how everybody, we get all these things about the cherry vibes, and people be sleeping on the La Petite Robe Noirs. They've been around. They're still around. They're still creating other fragrances, because I have another one that I'll be talking about in an underrated rose for this season, because I already talked about this one, if I'm not mistaken. I have another one that's coming. But anyway, this is like this gorgeous, sweet cherry tea vibe. And it's black tea, so it's perfect for this time of year. So next up, let's go back with a little spiciness. And this, if y'all been on this channel for the last year or so, you have heard about this one so many times. You are sick and tired of it. And that is Chopard's Iris Malika. This is a spicy, berried, irisy vibe. It is what I always say, and it's got a lot of spices in it. It has the iris is giving you a kind of powderiness to it. It's got tonka bean. It's just this is a fall fragrance, no lies told. Now, what this is to me is like, to give you all a comparison. If you like Lalique's Amethyst, which is like that berried vibe, this is it amped up with spices and more deep and rich. Like Lalique is not as deep and rich as this. This is giving and deep and rich, and those spices and everything. And you can get this for like around $50. Check Jomashop. They're the ones who usually have it at the best pricing. And I mean, and then it's this beautiful purple bottle. So yes, honey, Iris Malika. Last up on my spiciness, and I know y'all tired of hearing about this one this year, but this is the Spotlight Dreamhouse Ikiryo for this year. Like, I always have one for every season, and I'm like, yes, I'm dying for. Usually it's like sugaring, it's like Ghost Dance, still love those, but this one is my new girl. This is my new this winter 2024, and this is Je Peux Rêver, and this is deeply spicy, gourmandy with some florals in it. It is rich. It is decadent on the skin because it has a serious, rich spicy gourmandy vibe, but then it also has these beautiful floors and has the ylang ylang, if I'm not mistaken, and it has this richness to it, vanillic. This is delicious and decadent. So this is Jomashop Revere. Now, just so we know how we do this, if you have any of these fragrances, and feel free to talk about these to give your say on it, yay or nay. You might not like them, it might not have worked out for you. So that way, people have different vibes and different feelings. It's okay if you didn't like what I like. I'm okay with that. I don't lose my damn mind about that. Just here to say that. All right, so next up, we're gonna go with a little lactonic vibe. I've only got a few that are lactonic-y, milky, everything. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to show you two that are discontinued, but if you got them, you got them. And maybe they'll come back and you'll see them, and you'll see them at a good price and you snatch them. I'm just here to say that. I'm not here to be doing the whole, I can't show you something because it's discontinued. I'm sorry. But you never know. People declutter all kind of stuff. You never know. So then we have Lavandis Trianon by Maison Lancome. They pretty much have phased this um this is gone. The Maison Lancomes are gone. They have now moved on to their Rose collection. So, they're not on their site. However, they still do pop up on the gray market. Lavandis has not been up for a minute, but this is, and I don't, let me say that with conviction, I do not like lavender fragrances, but this is a sweet lavender milk, and it is freaking beautiful. Besides the fact, look at this. The bottles are insanely gorgeous, but this is I'm telling you, this is a sweet, milky lavender. It's like a lavender milk drink that you could just cozy up with somebody and smell like a drink they need to sip. Okay, a drink they need to sip. That's all I'm saying. A drink they need to sip. Another one that's lactonic that I have is Horchata de Vanille by Sphinx Fragrances. Say that 3 times fast. Y'all, this is giving exactly what it says it is giving you. It is giving you horchata. So if you drink horchata, it has that ricey milk, cinnamony rice milk vibe. This is what it is. And it smells good on skin. It's giving you will smell like an horchata, and I've had this for a while, so it's the vanilla is even richer on it, and the spiciness, the spicy vanilla with that milky lactonic rice milk is really intensified right now, because like just smelling out of here, I'm like, oh, you've gotten even better with age. That's just like people. If you do your business right, listen, if you do your things right, you should be getting better with age. Honey, if you not, I'm gonna need you to really think about how you're handling things and start living and loving the fact that you are aging. Because I know we live in a society that's not we don't want to age, but let's just be honest. Honey, we've gotten here, so enjoy it. Don't act like you don't like it, okay? All right. All right, so there we have that. So I have another lactonic. Hold on. All right, so now let's get into some powdery vibes, right? Powdery is always a good way to go. And we're going to start off with another Maison Lancome, and this is Parfait de Roses. Now, honestly, this is one of the hardest to find. This one has not come back on the gray market since I purchased it. Maybe once. It is super hard to find, just like Iris Dragé, which I still don't have, which still hurts my heart. But okay, yeah. But this is Parfait de Roses. This is a boozy, powdery very sweet rose. One thing about these Maison Lancomes, don't think they're not going to last. This thing lasts on you. And look at how beautiful the juice is. So the sweetness, the vanilla has really come out, but it is this really just slightly boozied, powdery, sweet rose. And it is gorgeous. It is people dying for it. Now, as I always say, I'm just going to say this because I still need to get it again. But if you want this vibe and won't have the booziness of it, get Rose Rouge by Van Cleef and Arpels. It is a very similar fragrance, so it will give you. It's very beautiful. It has that powdery sweet rose. It vibes like Parfait de Roses. It is just without the booziness, without that kind of liquor vibe to it. So you can still have the vibe of, I just don't have Rose Rouge, so I'm always gonna pull out Parfait de Rose. I was wearing it the other day. Let me put this over here to remind myself I did wear that, so I don't forget. All right, another powdery one that I have out here. Yes, I got this one. All right, another powdery one is Mas Milano's Dolce Aqua. I am in love with these bottles because I love the, extras that they do here. But this is a mimosa powdery bomb. So this is, I was wearing this in the summertime, but I'm spinning the block with this in the wintertime because I absolutely adore the powdery sweet mimosa vibe it has. It also has some almond blossom in it to really amp up the powderiness, but it's just this really gorgeous floral, but it's a powdery floral, and that mimosa gives it some sweetness. And then it has, yeah, it's musky and powdery. Whoo, child, just does something for me. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, then next up, we're going to go with some kind of, cozy, just that cozy vibe. And one I didn't pull up. Y'all all love them. Y'all love it, but I didn't decide to go with it, which is put up show is Fresh Cream Warm Cashmere. That's the standard. Okay, let's talk some sweetness. We're going to talk a little sweetness, and we're going to talk about Loewe's White Magnolia. This is cotton candy. I'm sorry, I had to take a second. This is cotton candy, magnolia with some vanilla and a little yuzu to give it a little, to take the edge off all that sweetness, right? This is a sweet, delightful fragrance. This was a scent of the summertime, but I think I'm going to try it out. And once again, I'm spinning the block on it because it is kind of has a lightness to it, but I think this will be so good now indoors. I don't think this would necessarily cut the outdoors in Chicago, real Chicago winter. And I feel like we're about to have a real Chicago winter, which means I'm going to have to do a video talking about them serious, deep, heavy hitters that take no prisoners when it's cold. Because some fragrances don't make it through the cold. They just be like, they run away from the cold, like they need to move down to the south. Okay. But this is this really just sweet, cozy, and the cotton candy is not too much. It's not heavy because like it's giving you that airy, sweet cotton candy ness with the magnolia and vanilla. All right, so that is whew, get it out, child. Get it out. That is White Magnolia. Another nice sweet one is Cafe Chantant by Nobile 1942. This is one of the pretty much the only thing that people really talk about from Nobile 1942 is La Danza della Lebula. I have two more. I want to try some more because you can find these super inexpensive on the gray market. Fragrance Net has really good prices on them and they carry them all the time. So that's why I always say Fragrance Net, but you can also find them on different, like the Fragrance by Jomashop. But anyway, this is Cafe Chantant. This is giving you powdery cherries. Yeah, this is giving you powdery cherries. It has a lot but the cherry is very sweet because it has so much sweetness in it. It does have like uh vanilla, some benzoin. So really what it comes off in is like this soft powdery cherry, sweet cherry, and then you got the heliotrope and iris, so you get that's what's giving you that powderiness. So it's a sweet vanillic powdery cherry. That's what it is. It is like perfect for this time of year. Definitely gives cozy vibes. Definitely is something that would be perfect at a family gathering, friends gathering. That's the kind of thing that you want to do with Cafe Chantant. But and if you just want to have some cozy fragrance, some cozy time with some people, or one person, however you doing it. I don't know. I'm not here to judge. All right. Next up, we have Andalusian Soul by Merchant of Venice. Another niche that you can get at a good price. And let me just say this, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to keep saying it. Niche does not equal always different or better. It just means, can we say this over and over again? A company that just makes fragrances because they are a niche. They're in a niche. They don't do multiple things. They just do one thing. Now people say they do it that makes them do it a little better. That does not. What it just means is that they're just focused on fragrances, and it's okay. But this is Merchant of Venice. This is Andalusian Soul. This is a really interesting vanilla, and it's got a like warmth to it. It's not really spicy. It's like this warm, interesting vanilla. You really have to smell it. It's kind of light. It's pretty light. It's like you're like, ooh, this smells so good. This smells so sweet and vanilla and cozy. But it's not like something that you could like identify, and say it's similar to something. It is not. It's Andalusian Soul. So it has this kind of green aromaticness to it, but it's not too much that I don't like it, because we know I'm not an aromatic chick at all. At all. Speaking of green fragrances, Aura. Now, I think these are discontinued, but I think you can still get them. I haven't seen Aura for a minute, but this is that green vanilla. It has this kind of, honestly, in the beginning, it has like this mint. Do I want to say menthol, minty vibe to it? That's what it is. It comes off kind of minty, which is not my style, but for some reason it works because it's a Mugler. And Mugler, of course, was known for years of having these really interesting scents. And so this is Aura, and it has this very green, minty in the beginning, vanilla, but as it dries down, it just becomes this really green vanilla, which is quite cozy and delicious for this time of year. Oh my goodness. My eyes, my eyes. I'm so sorry. It's too much. I don't know. What am I do? Let's go with this one while we're talking. This for me is cozy. This is Atardesser in Los Jardins, whatever, by Loewe. This is another Loewe. And this is a slightly spicy. I think it has cumin in it. So it gives it a spiciness. That is okay because cumin isn't too much. And slightly spicy floral sandalwood. Think, not saying it's like it, but it's giving you that Rocinema 2 number 6 vibe. I wouldn't say more, let's say it leans more toward number 5. Not that burnt rubber, but it has this kind of spicy sandalwoody vibe to it that is just gorgeous. So that's why I kind of say it's more like it's like in between 5 and 6, because it has this kind of spicy, slightly floral, but really about the sandalwood. The dry down is amazing. It's always amazing. It always gets compliments. It's just it does the damn thing. I guess I should do one of the stuff that gives me compliments a lot now. Maybe I will. I probably will not. Now, Going back into the cozy cashmere vibe, let's talk about Cashmere Kumquats by Korez. Now, because this is an EDT, this is perfect for in the house, hanging out, where you're not concerned about something lasting for 15,000 hours like so many people are. This is an EDT. And I think Korez still has 40% off. It might be ending by the time I post this up. It might be in the last few hours. But Korez Cashmere Kumquat. People be sleeping on these. They do have beautiful fragrances. So this is Cashmere Kumquat. It has this kind of in the beginning, it has like a kind of citrusy because it has kumquats, it has mandarin oranges in it. It has orange. So in the beginning, but it's not as in your face citrus. It's like a little mild, gentle, like it's almost like if you've had some, like if it's wintertime and you put oranges in a pot and steam them, like let them, you put them in a pot with water and let them fragrance your air. That's the kind of orangey, citrusy vibe you get from them. And then it also has orange blossom, jasmine, has some almond, and cashmere. It's very, it's very, it's got a sweetness to it, but not too sweet. And it's powdery, and it's, it's a really pretty fragrance. It's like a more, I'm just gonna be honest, it's like a more elevated, warm cashmere. You know, what is it? You know what I'm talking about, philosophy, sweet, great, warm cashmere, whatever it is. It's kind of like that vibe, but it's a little more elevated because it's a little more complex. This one is not quite as warm as warm cashmere, but it's kind of got this kind of elegance to it because it's powdery. It's got this almondy vibe. It's got the vanilla, and then it's the juicy oranges on top, which give it a little more. It gives it just different layers. So this is Cashmere Kumquats. Whew. Next up is this one. This is Alien Goddess Intense. I still haven't bought a bigger bottle. I might try to find a refill because you can get refills for these now with Mugler. So this is Alien Goddess Intense. It is very much like the Alien Goddess. It's got the coconut, it's got the jasmine, it's got the jasmine tea. But what they do give it is a really good shot of vanilla. So that's why this is more cozy. This is more this time of year. Whereas Alien Goddess is really a summer flanker. It has that kind of light airiness that a lot of the alien flankers do, the summer ones. But this one has that uh, vibe of Alien Goddess, which I think is gorgeous. And it amps it up with vanilla. So it gives it this kind of sweet, powdery kind of vibe from the vanilla. So this is Alien Goddess Intense. So I don't mean powdery, but it's like ambery, vanillic, jasmine, florals, everything. So that's Alien Goddess Intense. Next up is Creme Brulee by Laura Mercier. Now, this is discontinued. I just so happened to get it on, somebody was getting rid of it in a declutter. So I picked it up. If you don't have this is what it says. It's creme brulee. It smells like the burnt sugar, the creme brulee vibe. It's got a little white musk in it. It is giving you that. Now, if you have ambre vanille, I'm just saying the Laura Merciers and the Eau Gourmand are so cozy. I'm just vibing with this one right now. But Ambre Vanille, if you have it, and that one's still in production, is a perfect one to get for that cozy vibe. So I'm just putting that out. I'm giving you an alternative, okay? Somebody like, ain't just showing me stuff that I can't get. Now, next up, I could have gone through some more of Khye's, but I'm going with Snowy Nights. As you can see, Snowy Nights was my nighttime fragrance last year. Coziness. This got smoked marshmallow, some sandalwood. It is so delightfully cozy, and it's giving you that, let's sit in front of a fire, let's watch TV, let's watch some movies while the fire, if somebody has a fireplace, with the fireplace going, and we're just enjoying each other's company. This is it. Snowy nights is either you at home, you going to sleep by yourself, or hanging out with somebody, and you want to give them, you want to have a vibe, but you don't want it to be too overpowering. You want it to be just that, ooh, you smell so good, snuggle up fragrance. So that is Snowy Nights. Now, next up is this one. Next up is this by Sugar Mama. This is called Cashmere Sweater. So I had to throw this one in because it is saying sweater, cashmere. It is part of this time of year. And so what it is that it has this gorgeous, so it's giving you that cashmere vibe. Now, it has like this kind of smokiness to it, but it definitely has warm cashmere, some white florals in it, and woods. Now, what I get also is a smokiness off of it. So it's like a smoky vanilla. It's like a smoky vanilla cashmere. The white florals are very subtle, but it's more woodsy, smoky vanilla cashmere. So that is Cashmere Sweater by Sugar Mama. Then this one, which I this is so funny because so often people talk about this in the summertime, and I think they do it because somebody said it. And I think the first person who said this was based on the fact of the name and the look. And this is Amouage Sunshine Woman. Now, there's a few more Amouages I could pull out for cozy memoir woman, but this one is super cozy. This is giving that. Okay, Sunshine Woman is classic Amouage. Amouage is changing up how their scents, but this is a classic vibe from them. And what this is giving is it really does have this really gorgeous apricot-y, almost almondy vibe. What everybody says, and which is true, is that it is giving you this kind of apricot-y, almondy pastry, and then it has a smokiness from tobacco. It is something that you have to experience. And this is truly a old school Amouage. Wear it a few times because I promise you, the first time I wore this, I said it smelled like Jägermeister. It smelled like Jägermeister to me for some reason. And then I went back to it and wore it a few more times and I fell in love. This is one of my favorites from Amouage. Let me quit lying. All of mine are very good. That I've kept up with. So this has like this osmanthus, it's got almond. So it gives you this apricot-y sweetness with this little powderiness from the almond, and that tobacco gives it a very sophisticated and elegant vibe. And like I said, I don't know why people say this shit is a summer fragrance or a spring, because this definitely gives cold weather. It gives cozy and everything. It really, really does. And with this, I do my layering with this is with Paris Monte Carlo's Absolute d'Asman, and that really amps up that osmanthus apricot vibe, baby. You can't tell me nothing. And I wear those two together. All right. So that is all of them. And here is my extra that I'm sorry. I just had to talk about it because these are my cozy ones. And this baby is cozy. This is Guerlain Shalimar Millissima. I don't know how to say it. And this is the Tonka one. Whew. It is so deliciously good. This is so beautiful. Now, I'm only saying this as an honorable mention because, yes, I have talked about a few that are discontinued, but this one right here is truly discontinued. Hard to come by. Is people will sell. They will try to buy. You will have to sell your soul. You will have to sell your right foot and your left. I'm not gonna say that on here, but it's gonna be really bad. It was you're gonna have to sell your left middle finger. Okay, that was better. To get this right now, the pricing for. So this is Millissima Tonka. It is incredibly gorgeous. It's giving you the Tonka, and the Guerlain Vanilla together. So this is an honorable mention. This is cozy for me. However, you probably will not find it. And along with the Melissima Iris, which is now incredibly stunning. And Melissima Jasmine, if you would like to get it and it's not on the Guerlain site, send me put it in the comments and I'll tell you where to find it, because I just saw it today. And before it goes forever, I can give you where to get it. All right, so that is it for my unedited, cozy, talk too damn much video. If you stay here for all of this, you are a trooper. All right, y'all. 20 fragrances. I hope you enjoyed this. Talk to you later. Happy December. We will be back together. Another live and all that other good stuff. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.